A brief introduction to a very practical and quite simple tool to understand. It's the match transformation. The match transformations can be found in modify match transformation. So we have match all transform, match translation, match rotation, and match scaling. What these tools will provide us is the ability to match the translation of one mesh to another mesh, the rotation of one mesh to another mesh, and the scaling of one mesh to another mesh. That is to say, I want this object to have the same translation as that object. In other words, I want this object to be in the same place as that object. I want it to have the same coordinates in x, y, z as that object there. That object there. Sorry, that one is in the same hierarchy as that object over there. So this one is a little bit like the child, and that one is the parent. So we always go from the child to the parent, meaning we take this mesh, the mesh to which we want to have the match, and the mesh that has the match. So we want this cube to go here. Then we take this one, hold shift, select this one, go to modify match transformation, and perform match translation. And there, poof, it disappeared. But no, actually it's here. Our cube is here because it has taken the same coordinates. So if we look here, and if we look there, you see here, 2001. It has the same coordinates as it. So our child went to the same place and took the coordinates of our parent. Okay. So if you don't believe me, I'll just move it. There. It's good, it's good. There. I'm doing Control Z just because I have other things to show you. Okay. So that's great. We have seen the translation, but we have other possibilities. You can also match at the level of rotation. So it has a rather particular rotation. So we take the child, we take the parent with shift, we modify match transformation, match rotation, and there we see that it has taken exactly the same rotation. Super handy, super practical. So I just do Control Snap, and it can also take the same scaling. So the same, we take this one, we take that one, match scaling, and it ends up with the same size as him, and we can do it in the opposite direction. For example, we want him to have the same size as him, so we do it. First we take this one, then we modify the match transformation and apply the match scaling, and there we go. We realize that they are the same size. Magic. And the last little thing is that if I do Control Z again, we will be able to, so if we want it to have the same match transformation, the same translation, the same scaling, and the same rotation, well, we take this one, we take that one, modify match transformation, and match all transform, and now if we move it, we can see that our cube has taken exactly the same parameters. So it's super useful. And of course, I did it with the cubes, but it can work exactly the same with a sphere or with any mesh. Of course, the meshes that you have created as well. For example, if I do match scaling, snap, it will have the same data. Okay, so that's good. And one last little thing that we use a bit less, but so if we want this cube to have the same center pivot as this cube, we will similarly take this one and take that one. We modify match transformation, match pivot, and in fact, we realize that when we select this cube, it sets the center pivot of this cube. So it's useful if you want this cube to rotate around the other cube. Finally, the possibilities are endless. So's EOS. There you go. I think we've covered a little bit of everything.